I'm the director of the Coalition for the Homeless for Volusia and Flagler counties, which is also the lead agency for what's called the Homeless Continuum of Care for Volusia and Flagler counties. Every community in America is a part of a continuum of care to serve homelessness. And in the state of Florida, there are 28 of these organizations. I don't have a handout, I have a wonderful PowerPoint. I would be very pleased to show you. And as you can see from the handout that we've provided you, we have a community planning meeting for the Homeless Continuum of Care coming up on August 29th at the Volusia County Public Health Conference Room. We booked the big room. We hope all of you and many more will attend. This is a community-level process that is part of the task and the responsibilities of the lead agency for the Homeless Continuum of Care. What I can show you, what I'll tell you about today, but I'll be happy to show you individually, or it'll be posted on our website, or we will certainly bring data for you at the community planning session, is that the coalition's funds, the funds that are applied for, administered, and available in this community for homeless housing are divided evenly between housing and services for individuals and housing and services for families. As many of you know, we have been through a crisis of homelessness in this county and in this country. During the crisis, the fastest growing population of homeless was and is families with young children. Volusia County has historically had a good-sized, unsheltered homeless population, people living in tents and in the woods. This is a national trend, similar in many coastal communities. Florida has the third highest population of homeless in the nation. It has I think the second highest population of chronically homeless individuals in the nation. So every community in Florida is struggling with the same problem that we have. In the past 5 years, we've seen dramatic increases in the number of families with children who are homeless, and consequently, funds that were focused on serving individual men and women were shifted to provide housing and services for families. Even in that case, when you look at the number of beds that we have, you look at the dollars spent on the beds that we have, and you look at the beds that are available, and these are emergency shelter beds, transitional housing beds, and permanent housing beds. We are almost 50-50. And, well, Michelle has my PowerPoint, but I don't think we're going to be able to project it at all. You're just going to have to take me on faith until you can look at the great projects. We're here today to talk about a proposal that has come before the Continuum of Care to develop a transitional housing along the order of the Pinellas Safe Harbor. The judge and Faith submitted a proposal to the coalition board and asked that it be endorsed. All projects that come before the Continuum of Care go through the same process. It's a very clear process of vetting. And there are 4 key evaluating categories or components. First of all, does the lead agency identified have the capacity to operate the program? Currently, we don't have a lead agency identified for this program or for this transitional housing. And one of the reasons for that is because it is so complex. It's such a complex population. The judge mentioned that we have about 2,000 unsheltered homeless. The actual number is 1,426 as of our count in January. The 1,426 people that are living unsheltered in the county do include actually 50 families. For the first time in the history of our point in time count, we counted homeless families on the night of January 29th. This is consistent with the other trend across the state. For the first time, that happened in Jacksonville, and it happened in a couple of other counties too. And so the mortgage foreclosure crisis continues, the unemployment crisis continues. It is still true that the fastest growing population of homeless are children and families. I want to tell you, the board, the executive board asks that this project be vetted according to the planning process that is going to take place in August. The board has directed that we request specific performance data. Pinellas Safe Harbor is a transitional housing program. There are very specific performance measures for those programs. We've asked the Pinellas Continuum of Care for that data, and we received the proposal at the end of June, and we haven't had a lot of time for the board to vet it. So we ask that it be included in the community process that's going to take place on August 29th. Happy to answer all questions.